Today's Monday, it's the 20th of November. It's nearly the end of November and the sun is still blazing down here in Mallorca. You wouldn't believe it. The weather's due to change tomorrow, but today we've got a glorious sunny day. It's very warm. It's definitely t-shirt weather and shorts weather. And we've come down to the beach in Pastilla to have a look around here. Before we do that though, just a message for
Richard and Tracy from Birmingham.
Richard and Tracy from Birmingham, they sent me a message, or Richard sent me a message to say would we mention them, and that's fine. Yeah, we'll give you a mention, Tracy, Richard, and it's a little bit of a surprise for Tracy, I think.
Glad that you're enjoying our videos.
Absolutely, thanks very much, and I hope you'll be able to send us a little video or a little photograph to put with our Christmas collection, which will be going out on Christmas Day. And any of you who are still thinking about it, then I've received about 26, I think. Lots of photographs. I mean, there's lots and lots of photographs. Some people have sent me lots of photographs, some people have just sent me one, some have sent videos, and I'm gradually going to put them all together. I will put a cut-off date sometime in December, but keep sending them, and I will be adding them to the photos. So anything to do with Mallorca or Christmas or just wishing everybody a happy Christmas, that's fine. Anyway, we're going to have a little walk around Pastilla, see what's open on this very, very warm day. And I'll just start by just looking out over the beach. There's no sunbeds out, there's no sun umbrellas out, there's nothing like that out, no parasols. But there's still quite a lot of people who've just come down to the beach just because it's such a lovely day. It's a Monday, so people are at work, and not many of the hotels are open around here. Anita's so impressed she's going to make her own video, I think. We've got a couple of stand-up paddle boarders out there. There's a few little boats on the horizon, a few big boats on the horizon as well. But it's just such a glorious day. We've had such a wonderful November. And you think it's a bit unusual, but Anita was looking back in a diary. She keeps a diary of things, and in years gone by we've had 23, 24 degrees. It's about that today, and really lovely sunshine. But when you come around and look, lots of the hotels here are closed and the businesses are closed. And somebody was asking me, what are all these concrete pillars? And I'm sure I did notice them before, but now they're obviously standing out a little bit more. And we've got these huge concrete pillars, 20 foot high or more. And well, they've got lights on the top of them, but not exactly the prettiest of things, are they? Who had the wonderful idea of erecting concrete pillars all the way along? There may be some other significance to them, I'm not so sure, but they're concrete. They've got numbers on them, and one down there actually says Wi-Fi, so it could be, no antenna is visible, it could be Wi-Fi from them. Anyway, if anybody knows anything, let me know. But they start here, this is where they start, and then they all go all the way down the Playa de Palma. So this is the beginning. Pastilla is the beginning of the Playa de Palma, which goes all the way down to Arenal. So if you like a long walk, then this is it. I don't know, 5 or 6 kilometers each way. When we came a week or two ago, they were still had the train running. I'm not sure that's going to be the case now. Just looking out to sea, there's a couple of ferries going out. There's one that almost looks naval on the horizon. Beautiful. So looking west now towards Palma, that's Pastilla in front of us, and that's where we're going to make our little walk when Anita's finished sorting out her video. Done. So
Tell everybody I wish they were here.
Yeah, so Anita's sending off videos to the family, or photos to the family and friends. Yeah, there's actually 1 or 2 people in the sea as well. And why not?
Are you going in?
Am I going in? No, don't think so, dear. It's quite interesting. You can see people like me walking around in short sleeves and shorts, and you'll find that a lot of the Spanish people will be walking around in winter clothes because it's November and that's what you would do.
I could actually have had something summery on today.
Yeah, it really is a summery dressing up day today. We're very close.
With a vest on.
You've got a vest on, have you? Oh, very good, dear. We're very close to the airport here, so it's a good place to spot the aeroplanes taking off. I think that was Ryanair just disappearing off into the sunset. Well, not quite, but disappearing off. There's KFC. Looks as though it's lit up inside, so maybe that one is open. Well, or will be opening later on. It isn't midday yet, and we're off to pick the girls up. It's Monday, so at the moment Monday's our day for going to pick the girls up from school. So we do that. They finish at 2 o'clock. Not sure exactly what time they start. 9 o'clock, do they?
Yeah.
9 o'clock till 2. They'll probably have a little break in the morning, but lunch is at 2, and school actually finishes at 2. So they can actually stay on and have lunch, which they do on Sundays, or they can come home, and on a Monday that's our privilege. We can pick them up and we can take them to our house or to Adam's house. Nice to see that there are some places open here. There's the Playa Cafeteria. It's open, people enjoying the sun. And the shop next door. It is actually quite a lively sort of place, and they do have a market. Can't remember what day it is. So no market as we went through today.
I think the last time we came here the weather wasn't as nice as this, was it?
No. Another bar here. Gufo, packed. Top of the list on their board is Anita's drink of this year, Aperol.
Not at this time of the morning, darling. Cup of coffee
Yeah,
this
it's
time.
cafe con leche in the morning, I think. So it's just nice to see shops and things a little bit busy, and a few people out having a walk. So I looked at the weather forecast this morning because I've been reading the newspaper, and she's giving me horror stories about what the weather's going to do. So you look at one weather forecast and it tells you one weather forecast, and then you look at a different one and that tells you a different story. I think you end up choosing the one you like the best, don't you? So the BBC says it's going to be sunny all week, so I'll take your word for it, BBC, and it's your fault if it isn't. Whereas the Spanish Met Office says Tuesday and Wednesday are going to be rainy, colder days, though the big plunge that they were suggesting doesn't seem to be happening. So at one point they were saying the temperature is going to go down 10 degrees. Now they say it's going to go down about 5 or maybe 6 degrees. We'll see, we'll see. Still, the newspaper's talking about snow on the mountains, and that could be a possibility. I'll keep you posted on that one. But at the moment we can just enjoy sunshine. So the weather forecast is Tuesday and Wednesday, not so good, and then Thursday it starts to get better again. Just look back, there's no lifeguards on duty, so no sunbeds, no lifeguards, no parasols.
Seaweed.
but a lot of seaweed. If we just come round this way, it's just catching my eye. This must have been the corner that got the most of the seaweed. Must have got blown up here. There's like a half a metre or more of seaweed. And then behind it we've got the big flat part of the beach, which sometimes gets flooded. And I think walking along here, there's a lot of places open. There's another.
Good. More than in Figuera.
Yeah, I think there is. I think there's seems to be a little bit of a busier area. And the Playa de Palma does actually have a little bit more about it. Going down there are more hotels, and they do tend to cater for a more cosmopolitan section of the community. So lots of different European countries represented here. So there's a few Brits, lots of German, Dutch, Belgian, French. You get all the different nationalities. Of course, here in front of us, only we've got the seaweed, but we've got the port. We'll go and have a look.
We had a coffee there, didn't we? There wasn't anywhere open.
No, that's where we actually had a function there, a Christmas function there, I think it was, many years ago, that Bernard organised. And just remember David Hammond there as well. So on the right hand side they've got a restaurant, and Barbara came with us, yeah.
Stop and have a coffee.
The port that you're thinking of, where we had a coffee, was at Calagamba, and we went in search of somewhere to have a coffee, and we couldn't find anything open. And then luckily we found the port, and they got a lovely terrace with lovely views, where we could, again, it's just a little bit further along here, so it had great views of aeroplanes taking off. So I sat quite happily there, watching the aeroplanes take off. We actually had some breakfast, I think, there.
Yes, we did.
But toast and the tomato is one of my favourites that you can have here for breakfast.
You've had toast and pate this morning, so you're not having anything else.
Big area here on the beach. Flat area. Great for the kids to play football on, I guess. It's quite hard sand there. And we've even got some of the rental places open. So I did see back there you can rent the stand-up paddle boards. Here you can rent a car, a boat, a jet ski. I've seen a couple of jet skis out there, a scooter or a bike. Perfect place really to rent a bike because it's really nice and flat, and you've got miles of flat area with very little traffic. So if you're that way inclined, good idea. So lots of apartments here. These are residential apartments. People actually live in them. So not hotels. I mean, some of them will be hotels, but these are residential in front of us. And then you've got these wonderful houses that were built before all of this. They must have been in really wonderful positions. And then the apartments and the hotels all got built up around them. It's not an area that we've come to a lot in the past. We used to go, when we very first came to the island, we used to go to the middle of the Playa de Palma with the children, but not usually to this end, so I don't know it too well.
Day is whiskey there. You like that?
Pardon?
Soup of the day is whiskey.
Soup of the day, whiskey. Oh.
Maybe they're two separate items.
One of my memories actually of coming here to Pastilla is coming to play snooker with a friend, John, and a few other friends. And yeah, I think some whiskey might have been drunk that day. That's the entrance to the Yacht Club, and that's where we had the dinner.
This is where they have the really expensive paellas, isn't it?
In Palma we have these Le Mans ticket places. Very good for organising trips to different places. This might be one that has paellas. They've got a paella negra ciega. It's the one at the bottom there, done in squid's ink, and ciega means it's blind, and therefore it means it's got no bonesy bits in them. Here you can actually pick your lobster for the day. Fish.
Nowhere open over there at all, is there?
Another little cove here. There's one or two boats, but it's a little beach here. But again, it's covered in completely covered in seaweed. We used to go to a bar across there called the Tavern. Sadly it's closed, so we won't be going there today. And there's still one or two people on this beach even, and having a swim. We've got time for a coffee or
yeah, got to go to one of these here.
These, yeah. The Buddha Cafe is open there with a nice view, and there's one a little bit further along called Buttery, I think. My eyes are not deceiving me.
I bet it's actually quite nice in the sea.
I would think it is. This is a really sheltered little bay. It's almost circular, like a mini version of Soyer. This is the Cala Estancia. Into this one, or
No, we're going to be less sunny in that one.
see if we'll find one less sunny.
Non risponde. Può parlare solo a me.
And also down these streets there's lots of houses and apartments as well.
And not much parking.
Not much parking. Yeah. Parking tends to be an issue for us when we come here, but it means you've got a lot of people who live here all the year round, and that means they've got people to come into the bars, the restaurants and the shops. So maybe quieter, but there's still people around. So my eyes were not deceiving me. It's what's called Ristorante Buttery. Curious name. But,
Sit inside.
sorry? We go and find somewhere to sit, and we'll have a coffee. Well, we got beaten to that one. The only table that would have afforded us shade, a lady got to it first, so we'll find somewhere else. So heading back now. Things always look a bit different when you're walking in the opposite direction, so now we're looking at the port again. And there's in front of us a big hotel, which is the BQ Agua Marina, 4 stars. I think there's actually, I'm not sure if that one's open. I'll have a look when we go past.
Isn't that a chain? Are there more BQ hotels?
Pardon?
Are there more BQ hotels? Is that a chain?
Yeah. I think so. BH in Maglu, isn't it, I think?
While there's a bit of quiet, I'll just mention Christmas adverts, because we're watching lots of the channels now that have got adverts on. And I haven't really seen very many yet, but one of my favourites is the Just Eat one.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh right, you're becoming a connoisseur. No, not at all.
Too late. I can't remember who it is singing. I think it's Beyonce and Shakira or Lady Gaga. I don't know who it is. Please put me right with that. But it's a really nice advert.
What about that one there?
Yeah, yes.
Table in the shade. Well, we did manage to find a place for a coffee and a lovely view. And, well, cheers everyone.
Cheers. These are the cups.
Cute things, aren't they? You should have a look at the view.
Do you think that's all right? Yeah. I think it bleeds because I keep catching it. Liz is going to the dermatologist on Wednesday, so she can't go to knitting about her moles. She's got quite a lot of big ones on her face. I just haven't got any new big ones on my face. I haven't got my old ones. Jeanette always says, you should have those taken off. I just don't have them taken off. I had that one on the back of the neck, and I didn't have it for ages ago, wasn't it? I got a scar then. Pardon? Remember we having that done? So when we've had this, if we go back to the car, we can go in the shopping before we get there.
On another occasion, maybe we'll carry on walking. If you carry on walking around here, you can go all the way around, and there's a path And the path actually goes all the way to Palma. I mean, it's a long way. It's be quite a walk. I've cycled it a couple of times with Serena, and we do walk along parts of it around, certainly around Calagamba and that sort of area, and eventually to Portichol. So if you're in for a walk, if you like a fancy long walk, it's a long walk, but there's not a lot of shade along the whole thing.
Really
It's
hot, even today,
so for a winter time, it's not too bad, but maybe the height of summer you want to avoid that. But we've had a lovely walk here today, and some nice fresh air. And we're just going to wait and see what tomorrow brings. So it's thanks very much for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in our next video. And don't forget, if you've got any pictures, Christmas pictures or Christmas messages to send, or videos, thanks very much, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.
Bye.
And we're just walking back past the yacht club here, and they have a menu of the day here. Choice of starters, including pumpkin soup. There we go. And choice of main courses. You've got solomillo de cerdo, that's a pork, lone pork, and merluza fish, and all for €14. And it includes a drink, postre, a dessert, and it includes coffee.
Sounds good.
€14. That's not bad at all.
Need to try it.